night beckons. What, mortal? I must hunt. Agreed. You thought of that? What is it now? What, mortal? What is it now?
Our allies' town is under
You
siege.
thought of that? What, mortal?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Agreed. That was my plan. Very well. You thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that? That was my plan. Very well. What is it now? You thought of that? What, mortal? Very well. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. Very well. You thought of that? Die. Very well. I must hunt soon. You thought of that? Agreed. I hunger. What, mortal? Agreed. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. Very well. That was my plan.
Our hero has fallen.
The night beckons. What is it now? Soon. What is it now? You thought of that? Greetings. What is it now? Greetings. Very well. That was my plan. What is it now? What, mortal? Die. Greetings. I hunger. Die. Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. What, mortal? You thought of that? Very well. What is it now? That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that? That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that?
Our hero has fallen.
The night beckons. What, mortal? I must hunt soon. What, mortal? What is it now? Greetings. What, mortal? What is it now? I must hunt soon. What? That was my plan. What is it now?
Our allies' town
Very
is under
well.
siege.
That was my plan.
Our allies' hero has fallen.
What, mortal? Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. What is it now? You thought of that?
Allies' hero has fallen.
Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of plan. Very well. Greetings. What is it now? Greetings. What is it now? What, mortal? Greetings. What is it now? Agreed. Very well.
Inventory is
Must hunt soon. Agreed. You thought of that?
more gold is required. More gold is required. More gold is required. More gold is required.
What, mortal?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Agreed. You thought of that? What is it now? Very well. I must Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well. Agreed. Very well. Greetings. What, mortal? That was my plan. Your soul is mine. Very well.
Allies' town is under siege.
Agreed.
Our allies' general has
Plan. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. Must hunt soon. Greetings. You thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that? Very well. Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? I must hunt soon. That was my plan. What? You thought of that? What is it now? Very well. Greetings. That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that? That was my plan. You thought of that? That was my plan. What? Very well. Greetings. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Must hunt soon. That was my plan. Very well. You thought of that? Agreed. What is it now? I must hunt soon. Very well.
Our allies' town is under
Agreed.
siege.
That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that? What? Death rages. That was my plan. Agreed. I hunger. That was my plan. You thought of that? Death rages. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Very well. That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that? Very well. You thought of that? Very well. thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. What, mortal? I must hunt soon. Very well. Greetings. What is it now? You thought of that? Agreed.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
Very well. What is it now? Greetings. That was my plan. I must hunt soon. You thought of that? Very well. You thought of that? I hunger. What is it now? That was my plan. What is it now? Greetings. What, mortal? Agreed. What, mortal? Soon. What?
Our hero has fallen.
The night beckons. What is it now? Very well. I must hunt. Greetings. What, mortal? What is it now? I must hunt soon. Agreed. Greetings. What is it now? I must hunt soon. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. Very well. Death rages. That was my plan. Die. Very well. That was my plan. What is it now? Very well. You thought of that. Agreed. I hunger. Very well. I must hunger soon. You thought of that. That was my plan.
Under siege. Allies' hero has fallen.
What is it now? Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well. What, mortal? You thought of that? Agreed. Very well. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. Very well. Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. Very well. What, mortal? Greetings. What is it now? Agreed. What, mortal? What is it now? What, mortal? Agreed. You thought of that? I must hunt soon. Greetings. Agreed. You thought of that?
Allies' town is under siege.
The night beckons. Very well. Thought of that? What is it now? Greeting. What is it now? That was my plan.
Our allies' hero has fallen.
That was my plan. You thought of that? That was my plan. Must hunt soon. Agreed. Very well. That was my plan. Very well. What, mortal? What is it now? You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. Death rages. Very well. That was my plan. Agreed. I must hunt soon. You thought of that? That was my plan. What is it now? Greetings. What is it now? I must hunt soon. You thought of that? What is it now? I must hunt soon. What, mortal? That was my plan.
Our forces are under attack.
Agreed. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that? That was my plan. Very well. You thought of that? Very well. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. That was my plan. I must hunt soon. What is it? Very well. You thought of that? Greetings. What is it now? That was my plan. I must hunt soon. Greetings. Very well. Greetings. Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that? What is it now? Very well. What, mortal?